I know I'm late. I know I'm late. So, kill me. I know I'm late. Hmm. Trying to get you. Chrome is I'm not responding. Well, let me see what's going on. Maybe the camera's still working. There it is. Hey, let me see. 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 Uh, hey, Harriet. Sam. Good to see you, sir. Hey, see Nicole. Angela Kirkland. Good evening. Hey, Bryn. Good to see you as well. Carrie, thank you for joining us. Charlene is joining us from Bloomingdale. Lenard, good evening to you. Of course, the amazing Ann Allen Westbrook. Good to see you. Ursula is on as well. Janet is on. Andrea Lynn Allen Hargrove is on. Helen Bright, good to see you. Carolyn, good to see you. Harriet, I am doing well. Running a little late. Lenora is on with us. Thank you for joining us. Sheila is on with us. Snowy is on. Gloria is on. Tristan, blessings to you. Hey, Reverend Chanel, good to see you. Barbara Kaufman, thank you for joining us. Helen, thank you for joining us. Hello, Carolyn Jeffrey. Hello, good to see my brother Richard Dick is on as well. Linda Gordon, I'm working on those docs. Good to see you. And Aunt Ollie is on. Good to see you. And my beautiful niece Cheyenne is on. And happy birthday to my Deuce Heartbeat. I'm gonna give her some love. So y'all show her some love. My baby has turned 28 years old. Oh, well, she's not a baby anymore. She's a mother and all, but she's amazing. Hey, Sister Lawanda Tillman, good to see Sam on as well. Sheila, hello. Uh, Cheryl is on with us. Good to see you, Coach Cassell Bell. Thank you for joining us from Jacksonville, Florida. Vanessa Taylor is on with us. E. Joyce Paris, always good to see you as well. Let's see. Hey, Dr. Tony Jordan, thank you for joining us. And Interceding Shutters Imagery. Great pictures. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Iron Bull is on with us. Bradley is on with us. Pamela, good to see you. Marion, thank you for joining us. Joanne, happy Friday to you as well. Julia, good to see you as well. Tamara is on with us. And then David is on from the south side. Alicia is on with us. Good evening to you. And yes, I did make it to Dancing with the Stars, which is why I was late. So I got to tell you about that in a minute. Iron Bull, hello. And Crystal says, your son says I was really good at the UNCF event. Thank you very much, and thank you for your support. We raised $50,000. Good to see Ethel from the Highlands on with us as well. Good to see my brother Harry Thompson on. Thank you for joining us. And again, the great Glenda Jones is on with us. Good to see you, ma'am, and good to see you this week as well. Cynthia is on. Helen says something is wrong with my video. They just picked up something saying that my camera was being updated or something. So I don't know why. Pamela, good to see you, as well as Laura Renee, all the way from Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining us. Patty is on from the Space Coast in Florida as well. Natasha, good to see you. Jacqueline, good to see you. Catherine is on. Good evening to you. Helen is on with us. And Tamika McPherson, the grinder herself, good to see you this week. Good to see Judy Johnson on with us. Hello. And good to see Harry Lee Perry on. And good to see you this week, sir. And Sam, we're going to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Margie, good to see you. Terry Ann, good to see you as well. And Iron Bull, I'm praying for the death of your sister on Mother's Day. We are certainly sorry for your loss as well. The phenomenal Linda Wilder Bryan from Savannah's 3rd District. I am blessed to serve with her. Good to see her. Eva Cooper is on. Zelfie is on with us. Francis Hutt Washington is on as well. Nicole, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Joya Dinkins is on as well. And Janice is on from Virginia. Always good to see her. Elder Flossie, good evening to you. Good to see you as well. Again, I know I'm late. Please accept my apologies. I'm sorry. Good to see you, Nat. Thank you for joining us all the way from Liberty County. So let's go ahead and get into it because I know I'm late. Sharon is on, is also from Midway in Liberty County. So it's good to see you, Sharon. Thank you. If it's Friday in Savannah, and you're keeping the faith and following the signs, you're doing the best you can to make it through the week. You're going through dangerous toils and snares. You're going through haters. You're going through good times and bad times. But if you could just make it to Friday, good to see you, Dr. Patricia West. Then Kenneth Bussey, you know it is Friday. Friday, and here we are, Friday Night Live. This is week number 112, 785 days. We have been doing this every Friday, and I was determined that I was not going to let anything get in the way of our Friday night. I'm just sorry. I mean, it might, but not this week. Good to see Dorothy Moore on as well. Greg Coy, good to see you. And Sam Tucker, I did hear about the street racing arrest on here, and again, that's illegal here. And if we see it, report it. And I mean, you know, we're going to arrest people. We're not going to tolerate that. Lauren, good to see you as well. But this is week number 112. Tanya is on with us as well. And so you know what we do. The first thing we want you to do, even when we're late, we want you to do what? We want you to like the page. We want you to like the page. We're not selfish with our love. We are not selfish. Go ahead, take a moment, go to that share button, go ahead and share it. And we want people to like the page. We're trying hard to get to 40,000 people. And Helen, I am tired. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Good to see Dr. Angie Lewis on as well. It's been a rough couple of days. I'll tell you about it in a minute. And you've seen people racing, starting at Planet Fitness and going down to Durant. Okay. Well, please let us know about that so we can get on top of that. Good to see Mary Ivy on with us as well. And you know what we do next. We like the page, we share the page, and then we show love to our girl, Tara. Tara. And we show in Savannah, we are Tara Strong, and we want you to keep our girl lifted in prayer. We want you to keep her great, good thoughts going her way. You don't have to know her to be able to pray for her, and you don't have to know her to be able to share good thoughts about her. You don't have to know what she's going through to be able to wish good blessings on her situation. So we're going to continue to do that for our girl Tara, and that's why we are Tara Strong as well. So good to see you. Always good to see Veronica Brinson. Veronica is running for Superior Court judge, and so this is not political, but I was glad to cast my vote for Veronica Brinson. So you get a chance. She lives in Macon, but she's good people. So you get a chance. You know, show some love on that thing and show some love for Veronica Brinson. So known her for years and good people. So yeah, hey Carolyn, good to see you as well. And good to see Helen. Thank you. Lala is on as well. And so let me tell you about the day I've had. I mean, I know I am a little tired, but here we are, and I had to get to you all. So I was late because, well, yesterday we had city council meeting, which was wild all in itself. I mean, when you don't think, Carol, good, I would love to see you, Carol, at the Lupus Walk tomorrow. I would love to hug you for being a great Friday Night Live member. But so after a wild council meeting, like I said, when you don't think it can get wilder, it gets wilder. And in my 19 years now, I mean, some of the stuff I'm seeing now, but I'm telling you, and I've said it once, and I said it again, we will be a city and a city council of decorum, period. We will conduct ourselves with the level of professionalism and decorum that's expected from us by our citizens. We may not have to always agree, and I expect that we won't agree. However, we will respect not only our council rules, but also our Robert's Rules of Order. And so I will not tolerate. And that was evident yesterday. I mean, look, we're going to carry on with the business. If people want to act how they're going to act, they're going to act how they're going to act. I'm not responsible for them. I am responsible for me and how I act. And at the end of the day, I want people to be able to say, be proud to say, that's my mayor. He carried himself with dignity. He carried himself with respect. He carried himself like his mama and daddy taught him to have manners. So that's all I got to say about that before y'all even ask me about it. I'm just letting you know that's the deal. And so after all of that, I had to jump on a plane to run to Atlanta to drive to LaGrange for a board meeting, and then came back. I promised some time ago that I was going to be a judge for Savannah Dancing with the Stars for CASA, and they reminded me that I promised them. But I said, you know, I got date night, and they were like, well, go date night live from here. But they were so like loud, having a great time. I couldn't bring all of them into our little, thing. But it was an excellent, excellent, excellent event. I was glad to be a part. And I'm telling you, if I had not been a board member of CASA from some years ago, I would not have accepted that because it takes me away from you. But I did it, and I'm glad I did it. $200,000 or so, I think, was raised for CASA, and this is for children that need what's called a guardian ad litem, and so that's why we were glad to be able to help them. So glad to do that. That's why I was late, and I rushed. I didn't even stay get no chicken or nothing to eat. I came. I said I got some people to get to. Anyway, I'm glad to see Deloach. Tomorrow, we are having a lupus walk. And I'm looking for the information. It is tomorrow at 9 o'clock at Lake Mare, and we want you to come out and come be a part of our lupus walk. Lupus is a very serious ailment. It affects a lot of people in our city, and we want you to come out and support that. So the lupus walk, the Deloach Foundation is tomorrow. It's at 9 o'clock. I want you, if you can, come out there tomorrow. Join me. It's $20 to walk at Lake Mare. Come on, let's do a quick walk around Lake Mare to lace up for lupus awareness. So I have been involved with this for a while, and we want to support our friends that have lupus. That's for people in our families. It's a debilitating disease, and we have to be able to get that done. So I wanted to shout and lift that up, the lupus walk on tomorrow. And so I'm going to, for the information, it is try my best to get up and get out there. So I've been running. I've been running. I've been grinding. Good to see my cousin, my DNA cousin, Marion Jones from Virginia. Good to see you, cousin. I had never met you, but I'm glad to meet you. Glad that you're here. The Queen of Liberty County, Shantae Wright, is on as well. Margarita has joined us as well. And interceding, I appreciate that. I'm not the problem, but I'm responsible. And so we will move forward. And Honorable, please send me information for your sister's funeral. John, good to see John. John's like my son, and he said That's right. You deal with differences and you work it out. And when you can't work it out, you move forward. But you make sure you keep yourself together. Tammy wants to know who won. There was a bunch of winners. I mean, it was a bunch of them. I mean, I think Sabria Scott won for Best Female, and Marcelo won for Best Male, and then Mrs. Rawls, she won. I mean, they were doing the doggone thing. So, anyway, Jacinta, good to see you as well. Hey, Jeff, I'm sorry, man. Like I said, I was running. I mean, between yesterday and today, I mean, I have flown 2 flights and I've driven over 100 miles. And so, but I was going to get back to you. Nothing was going to stop me from getting to you. So, if you want to donate to CASA, I will put that in the link because it's a great, great cause. Good to see Brother Keith on. Good to see Rafaela. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate that as well. So thank you. And again, the Deloach Lupus Foundation, they'll be at 9 o'clock a.m. at Lake Mary. Again, I'm going to try my best to get out there. If our Friday night crew can get out there, let's get up and do a morning walk. You know, it'd be a great opportunity for us to get together and meet each other. And so let's try to do that at 9 o'clock. I might just sleep in my clothes because I'm about done. But anyway, yeah, interceding, yes, it is Savannah CASA, but it's now called Bright Space. And again, this is good. If you cannot come to the walk tomorrow, let's show some love for the Deloach Lupus Foundation of Savannah, Georgia. Let's go ahead and make a donation. I'm going to make a donation. Again, I don't have lupus, but I know people who have had lupus, and I mean, it really invades your entire life. So we're sending that out to you. Hey, Tiff, good to see you. Thank you for joining us as well. Nicole, you were there too? Okay, it was virtual. Okay, yeah, I was there, and you know, again, I ran. I had to get to my folks, man. It's Friday. Camila, good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Alvernia. Thank you. Good to see you. Eloise Dudley, good to see you as well. Hey, Mamet, good to see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Tanette, good to see you as well. Sheila, thank you for joining us. And the terrific Terry Mobley is on with us. Good to see you, Terry. Thank you as well. And Rayella is on. Rayella is in Missouri, so we're glad to have you in Missouri. And you want me to leave a memo about the sweeper driver slowing down in the Sweetwater neighborhood? Nicholas, I will do that. I will do that. Send me, inbox me, please, just to remind me, you know, the mine is not like what it used to be. Cindy, good to see you as well. Pamela, thank you. I do care. Maddie Taylor, thank you for joining us. And for the Deloach Lupus Foundation, keep on posting that. Y'all, let's raise some money tonight for the Lupus Foundation. You know, they don't have the ability to raise $220,000, but they care. Their cause is just as important. So Erla wants to know, can she credit card it or is it cash? So let's go ahead and figure out ways to be able to do that. So I wanted to talk about that. What else I wanted to talk about? I wanted to talk about the fact that look, we hey, good to see. Oh, my child Sabria is on as well. Good to see you, Sabria, from Chicago, all grown up and everything, making her life in the world. I'll never hear from you, but you know how that is. Wait, so Rafaela, what do you mean you moving? Who do that? Why are you talking about going somewhere? We didn't tell you you could relocate to Texas. You need to give us a good excuse because I'm going to take a vote that we don't allow you to move. Good to see Pastor Thurman Neal Tillman on with us as well. Always good to see him. Carletha Durham is on with us. Thank you for joining us as well. And so the other thing I wanted to talk about was, you know, last week was a really, really rough week. It was Mother's Day. You know, we should be, you know, enjoying mothers, and 3 people in our city lost their lives last night. And I will tell you up front, hey, man, how you doing? I will tell you that this is happening all over the country, but I will also tell you it's not an excuse. Um, and I'm not accepting excuses about poverty because we've had poor people among us forever. They didn't go killing people. And I won't say it's a lack of education because we've had uneducated people work every single day and they didn't kill each other. I'm not taking all of those excuses. But, hey, good to see you, LaMonica. Casey, thank you so much. Betty Jackson, good to see you. But, we've had, well, hold up, let me go back. Rafaela, your granddaughters can come visit you. Matter of fact, you don't want to be with your granddaughters all the time. You want them to come and move, and come to see you for the summers, and then you send them back to their parents. So I'm taking a vote that Rafaela can't go. All in favor that says Rafaela can't go, respond by saying aye. And I'm saying aye, Rafaela can't go. Rafaela can't go. But yeah, we had a 14, 15-year-old girl, a young lady, lose her life. Had the opportunity to talk to her parents. And the fact of the matter is, y'all ain't gonna, y'all not gonna blame me or the city of Savannah for people not, either not raising their kids right or for adults making bad decisions. So you have one where it occurred in Yamacraw, where it's still being investigated. It's still being investigated. But there's some circumstances, and we're trying to figure out what those are. But this happened right in the vicinity of her home. All right. The second one was a road rage incident in which, bad way of handling disagreements, and something happened. Then you had an incident by two people who are obviously related in a house. The common denominator about all those was a gun. And so, do we have a crime problem? No, we don't have a crime problem. We have a temper problem. We have an anger problem. We have a mental health problem. We have people who are unable to control themselves to be able to handle conflict. And so, understand where, again, I know about handling conflict. You don't have to go to every fight you're invited to. And so even in my other life, and again, what I was dealing with yesterday, I don't have to go to those fights. I don't have to, and we have to teach our kids that you're not, a sucker or you're not weak because you walk away. Man, look, it ain't about that. I just feel like this. I'm not going to let people disturb my peace. So, if you're in my space with negativity, you won't be in my space. And so you won't be in my space because either you're going to remove yourself from a situation or because I'm going to remove myself from a situation. I don't have to get into, good to see you, Pastor David. I'm not going to have to get into all that other kind of stuff. I just don't have to. I don't have time to. Life is too short and people are too crazy. And so I'm not getting into the middle of all that. You do you. You want to be mad at me, you be mad at me over there. I'm going to go and live my best life. Good to see Jennifer on with us as well. So, we have 150,000 people in our city, then roughly, over 200,000 people a day in our city. Yes, we shouldn't have any gun deaths in our city. None. But I never told y'all I was going to come and protect people from themselves. I never told y'all that. I said I would get up every day and work as hard as I can to give people off ramps to be able to do better. If they want to do better, they're going to do better. If they want to do better, we have now started child care classes where I believe 80 Savannahans will be able to go and get a child development certification. We've created scholarships so people can go and get forklift certifications to drive forklifts. And then now we've also done a thing where you can go and get 2 food service certifications. So again, we're going to provide off-ramps for people who want to do better. But for those who can't get out of that life, then we need a place for you to go. And it can't be here on our streets. And what I'm telling you is, as a community, we have to say absolutely that this type of behavior is not tolerated here. I'm reminded of a neighborhood, well, in Brooklyn. Hey, Karen, thank you for joining us. And I think the votes are pretty clear that Rafaela, you can't go. Sorry. Tell them kids to come see you. Thank you, Melody. I appreciate you. I'm reminded of a neighborhood in Brooklyn, in Bushwick. And it is a block. Now, Bushwick, it was a pretty bad part. Well, Shirley, well, inbox me and let's see how we can help you. Evelyn, good to see you. So I'm reminded of a neighborhood in Brooklyn. It's called Bushwick. Bushwick is, it was a pretty rough place. Hey, Monica, I see that you were late, but I'm glad that you made it. So you're forgiven. And so in Brooklyn, in this Bushwick neighborhood, there is like two city blocks that is owned. The property is owned by the Nation of Islam. And so the Muslim brothers and sisters there, and that block in the middle of this one time very, very violent place, there is zero crime, zero littering, zero blight on those two blocks. You know why? Because the people there are not having it. And so we have to decide as a community that we're not going to have that in our city. That we have to do what we're going to do to make sure that people are safe within our city. That's all I'm saying. And so, to me, I don't care who it is. You could be in my family. You could be my best friend. If you are living foul, you're no friend of mine. And you're no family of mine. And I'm going to tell on you. Because I don't want you to get out there and hurt somebody and put our community at risk. And the problem we have is that we know people who are living foul. We know people who are living in that life. We have kids in our houses. We know they got money but no job. We know who they're hanging with. But yet we want to point to everybody else as the problem. The reality is we have to look at the man and the woman in the mirror. That if you know this behavior is going on, you reasonably believe this behavior is going on, and Rafaela, no, you can't go, but if you do it and you're not saying anything, you're just as wrong as the person pulling the trigger. Young ladies, if you know that somebody's out there and they're riding around with a gun, you shouldn't be in their car. If you know that they're out there selling drugs, you shouldn't be around them. And so what I've done is, and also good to see Renee Queen on with us as well. We're waiting for you to move to Savannah. But, you know, the fact of the matter is this. I've asked our Superior Court judges and our state court judges, look, we need your help. And if there's anything we can do to help you, let us know. But, you know, the fact is we have to decide as a community that gun violence and trigger pullers are not accepted in our community. And so, I love and I hate incarceration as it is, but if you want to pull a trigger in our community, you need to go away from our community for a very long time, and I don't care whose child you are. I don't care if you're in my family. If you're a trigger puller, you need to be in jail. And I sent a letter now to our district attorney and to our U.S. attorney. Y'all need to prosecute. I mean, I'm good for diversions and all that kind of stuff, but if you're involved in gun crimes, you need to be prosecuted. We have to make sure that it is very clear that if you're going to make that decision to live that life, then you are accepting the consequences, because we're going to catch you, but you're going to go away for a very, very long time. We have to stop coddling these folks. If you're living this life, you either decide to get off of one of the off-ramps we've given you, or you stay on this road and you end up where you end up. And we know where that is, either the jail or the cemetery. Sometimes we have to love them enough to get them off the streets. And I mean, I hate to say it, but the truth is that jail sometimes protects us from ourselves until we can come to ourselves. I mean, I'm reminded of the man who, the young man who asked for his father's inheritance, and he went off and he did all he was man enough to do, all he was bold enough to do. And when the money was gone and all the friends were gone, the Bible says that he came to himself and he said, let me go back to my father's house. And so sometimes we have to remove people from this community. We have to create incubators for them until they can come to themselves and come back to their father's house, come back to their mother's house. Beloved, this is not going to be Savannah's narrative. I'm sorry. I mean, people want to ask about crime. Are we safe? Yeah, we safe. Yeah, we safe. I mean, you know, for the most part, if you're not selling drugs, if you're not messing with somebody else's woman, or if you're not messing with anybody else's money, you will have no problems. For the most part. For the most part. And so, if you're not engaged in that life, for the most part, you don't have nothing to worry about. But I need our community, our beloved community, to be able to make sure that we are doing what we can. We love them enough to send them away, because in sending them away, we're saving their lives. And if we save their lives, they come back to us one day. When we bury our young people, they don't get a chance to come back. And so I'm still out here buying guns. Holler at me. And I mean, it hasn't gone as well as our first one has gone. But, you know, if you got a kid and you know him and you want him to get rid of that gun, then let me know and we'll come get the gun. We'll buy the gun. And we're not asking any questions, because it's more important for me to get those guns off the street. I want them off the streets. We have 483 guns. 483 guns that were stolen from cars in Savannah last year, which means that 483 people were careless in one way or another of leaving a gun on the seat, under the seat, in the console, in the glove compartment. When you see young people walking through a community and they're just hitting car doors, they're trying to see if you left the door. And I agree with you, Keith and Pamela. We have to pray, but we have to work. God is not going to do the things we need him to do when there are things that we can do. And I'm sorry, we can't be pitiful and powerful at the same time. We can't be. When we are putting and taking control of our communities, I believe God will bless our efforts. And that's why, look, nobody in this community is going to work harder than me to end gun violence. But you won't blame me for what grown people do and the dumb decisions that they do. And the dumb decisions that, in my opinion, our state makes, where it's easier to get a gun than it is to get a driver's license. That makes no sense. And as far as I'm concerned, people are running now for the state senate. People are running now for the Georgia House of Representatives. The question you need to ask them before you vote for them: will they support? Will they proffer? Will they offer common sense gun legislation to make it harder for people who should not have guns to get a gun? Ask them the question. Monica inboxed me about that. So that's where I am. You know, I have no chick nor child, but I'm concerned every time I see one of our young brothers, and they're young black men, we'll call it the way it is. young black men, you know, messing up their lives and other people's lives. And Ivy Fair has come into the room, so I guess I'm gonna be leaving in a minute. But we're gonna do what we can. 15-year-olds should not lose their lives. Hey, my big brother Slice is on. Good to see you, sir. I hope you're doing all right. Um, we shouldn't. Our kids should be burying us. We should not be burying our children. We just shouldn't be doing it. And so we have to do all that we can to make sure that we don't. We have to be responsible with our guns. I mean, there's nothing wrong with guns, I guess. I mean, but don't leave it in your car because they know what they're looking for. When they're breaking into houses, they're not looking for TVs anymore. They're not looking for PlayStations. They're looking for guns. And you have to make it hard for them to be able to get it. So, we're going to do what we can here in the city of Savannah. You live in a wonderful city. You live in a safe city. You live in a city where sometimes people do dumb things. And I challenge you to find any city in America. Hey, Felicia, thank you for joining us. Any city in America that doesn't have these issues. And if that's what's working for you, you need to go there. We have a great city. I am so proud of this city. And Michelle and Bill are in the Georgia mountains for the granddaughter's wedding. Congratulations to the granddaughter. What's her name, Michelle? But we're going to do what we can. And Derek, I agree with you. I mean, the gun should have a title and a registration. And believe it or not, if you have a gun and you don't report it lost, then I think there should be some penalties for that. We have to start putting some teeth into some of these laws. When we get guns in which we can't determine the owner or have no evidentiary value, right now, the Georgia law says we have to put those guns back out in the streets. Hey, Isaac, Lakeisha, Cooper, where you been? All I could do is pray that our community is safe and stays safe, and do all I can to be able to do that. But it's all over the place. Kenneth, we have talked about mandatory curfews. The problem is that now young people work, and so clearing the streets sometimes creates even more. Oh, Michelle, I just wanted to know her name. I just wanted to shout her name out and congratulate her. That's all. I wasn't going to like crash your wedding. I just wanted to know her name. I just wanted to congratulate your granddaughter on her wedding. That's all. But when you have a child, that's a responsibility. When you have a car, that's a responsibility. When you have a gun, that is a responsibility. It's a responsibility. And people have to take that responsibility. We have to do what we can. So we're looking at our legal options. Oh, Michelle, why are guns going back on the street? Because Georgia law says that that guns, that the evidentiary value can't be determined, or you can't determine who the owner is. That we have to sell them out, sell them on the street. So basically, you're auctioning them off, and now these same guns go back on the streets cheaper than they were before. Hey, Pinky, good to see you. Deanna, good to see you as well. Yeah, I mean, we're not saying people shouldn't have guns. I mean, I think everybody agrees you should have a gun. But the fact is that, you should have the responsibility. If you have a child, and you're not taking responsibility for your child, then that's an issue. And we're talking about a parental responsibility. We have a parental responsibility ordinance, but we have too many young people who are the victims of their parents not maintaining proper control of them. And so if it happens too many times, and we're showing that you are, um, Leonard says, oh, Hoss Cartwright died in 1972, 50 years ago. All right. Um, but we're trying to do what we can to be able to make sure that we are able to keep people safe. And so we have a state right now that fights against us. I mean, well, Danielle, well, they can't be confiscated because the law says that they have to be sold. That, you understand what I'm saying? That's the crazy part. The law says that they must be sold. And we've been trying to get, all right, Lauren. All right, Lauren, congratulations on your wedding, on your nuptials, and we're so glad that Bill and Michelle, your grandparents, are able to be with you in the mountains. So we hope it's a beautiful day, and Michelle, send me a picture. Dana is late, but we're glad that she's here. Shirley, good to see you as well. Um, let me see what else. No, it's not illegal. You can have a firearm in your car. The problem is when you leave it in your car where it's, you didn't exercise due care or due regard as it relates to that. And that's the point that I'm trying to get to. It could be an extension of your house, but I don't think just because, that's just like, you're in your house. Do you leave a knife out when you have a toddler in there? No, you don't leave a knife out. I think it's an issue of responsibility. Sam, we're talking about guns right now. So, Lakeisha, we're doing activities all over this summer. We have a whole bunch of stuff going on. Oh, and then I got to tell you this, and then we'll let you go. So, yeah, we are sending congratulations to Lauren, who is the granddaughter of Bill and Michelle. And so, Gerald, we are working on that. But this week was a huge week for us. We did the grand opening for 80 units of affordable housing. 80 units. 80 units of affordable housing we were able to dedicate in Savannah Gardens. Linda Wilder Bryant, John Hall, this is something that I've been a part of from day one. And we have 80 units of affordable housing. Yesterday, we talked about more units for homelessness. And so we were happy about that. And we talk about tiny homes for the homeless. I was just so excited about that. Nicole says that landlords are refusing to use Section 8. That is true. And the law is that landlords don't have to take Section 8. That's the law. The law in Georgia was two things. The law in Georgia is that, one, they can raise the rent to whatever they want to raise the rent for. There's no rent control. So if somebody comes up, and what's happening now is people come up and say, I'm raising your rent $500. And so if you can't pay it, you got to get out. And that's legal in Georgia. What kind of crap is that? And we need to have some types of rent control. Now, obviously, it should be gradual. I think I'm a landlord. Your costs go up, but how can somebody double the cost of your rent and expect you to pay that? It's not right. And in Georgia, people don't have to take Section 8. Section 8 is a form of payment. Some can argue it's a form of discrimination, and it might be, but people don't have to take your Section 8. They don't have to take it. So I know about it, and I've heard a lot about it. Not much I can really do about it. Mama Glenda saying I sound tired. Do I sound tired? I don't think I sound tired. I am. It's been a rough day. But thank you. What happens if you get caught with the gun? Well, no. If you have a legal gun, you can carry it. Unless they say you can't. So, hey, Kimmy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Linda Wilder Bryan, yes. Shouts out to Community Housing Service Agency. We're doing some amazing things in Georgia. I mean, we've put more money toward affordable housing and homelessness than we have ever put toward that before. And it's happening. I mean, we are opening up affordable housing units. We're building affordable housing. We're looking at things through an affordable housing lens. I didn't say low-income housing. There's a difference between low-income housing and affordable housing. All affordable housing is housing that's affordable for you. I mean, I've been blessed to have a decent jobs and everything, and I do all right for myself. I can't afford nothing downtown. I can't afford it. So when we say how, don't look at affordable housing as, oh, these are poor people. No, it's housing that's affordable for you. And so we're trying to make housing affordable for people to meet them where they are. Zelfie wants to know any income-based housing. Yeah, there's some. I mean, again, we have some across the city. Call our housing department, and they'll help you. Thank you, Linda Wild Bryan. I said 80. She says 84. So yes, there's 84 units as well. So thank you. Yeah, I love Anita Smith Dixon too. Linda has joined us, so we're always happy to see Linda as well. Danielle, we can't file a fair housing lawsuit because the state of Georgia says that it's legal. And basically, cities are political subdivisions of the state. I mean, well, counties are. The cities are created by the legislature, and so counties are created by the Constitution, and cities are created by the legislature. So we can't necessarily file a lawsuit for something that is deemed to be legal. It's crazy. That's why you got to elect good people to the Georgia House of Representatives and the state Senate. What else? Hey, Vandalyn, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And Joyce, look, rent is high everywhere right about now. I mean, we have a housing market that is absolutely on fire. So, Helen, good to see you as well. And hey, Barry, I will come back to Stillwell. Linda, let's get a date. Let's go back out to Stillwell and hang out with Barry and the folks there. Betty, yeah, they're asking for money because they can. Again, we have a housing market that is artificially inflated. And so people are buying houses for more money than it's worth. And so what happens is when they buy houses for more money than it's worth, when it's appraised, they are what's called underwater, meaning that they have a house that they owe more than the home is worth. And so the right time, if you want to buy a house, the right time to buy a house is a little while from now when people realize their payments are too high and they're short selling these houses. That's the time to buy these houses. Hey, Davida, thank you so much. I appreciate that as well. Brother Bussy, thank you so much. Well, I mean, I consider myself, and I've been told I'm pastor of the city of Savannah. I care about everybody. I care about those who like me. I care about those who don't like me. I care about those who think I'm doing too much. I care about those who think I'm doing too little. I care about those who wish I dropped dead and those who pray for me every night. I mean, I'm concerned about those who are carrying guns and those are our senior citizens. I care about our little kids. I mean, I go hard for Savannah. And so I guess using the word pastor, I guess I am the pastor. I'm there when we have really great times like Dancing for the Stars tonight and Lupus Walk. But then I'm there when young people are victimized in our community, attending these funerals and balloon releases and all these things. So I guess it's kind of like being a pastor. I just hope God gives me grace for what I try to do. Hey, Edward Markey, good to see you as well. Am I pro Second Amendment? Yes, I'm pro Second Amendment. But I believe that with rights come responsibilities. And so I believe in the Second Amendment, but I also believe that people have a responsibility to take care of their guns. Reggie, when you gonna come back to Savannah? We would love to see you. Come on back and check us out, Reggie, as well. Um, Lamore, thank you as well. Yeah, Danielle, Georgia does need new legislators. That's why I'm hoping people get out and vote. Don't play with this. You check these people, and if they haven't done what they were supposed to do, don't do it. Um, so yeah, the primaries are coming up, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna get too much into who I'm supporting, but the fact of the matter is, if they haven't been working for us, I can't support them. And some of these folks, um, get elected with no opposition or low opposition, and then you look and you would never think they represent us because what they're saying doesn't represent us. So that's the deal. So make sure y'all vote. I need everybody in Friday night, date night. I need all of us to get out and make sure that we vote. Well, Linda, we need to get to the Christmas party before Stillwell. I mean, before we get to the Christmas party, we gotta go back out to Stillwell and do something for our folks at Stillwell. So, Lauren, it should be on the honor system, but people, if they can get the money, and right now people can get the money they want. And so, people are saying, I mean, you have people calling you all the time, like they call me, they texting me and stuff. We're gonna do an ordinance about that. Don't text me, ask me if I want to sell my house. You don't know me. I didn't ask you to call me. Don't send me no more mail. Don't call my house no more. I mean, if I want to sell my house, I'll sell my house. And if you're gonna give me the money I want for my house, maybe I'll sell my house. But the thing is, these equity firms and stuff, these people who call you to want to buy your house. The fact of the matter is that they want to buy your house for much less than it's worth. So, just saying. No, Barry, no, Barry. No, we like you too, Barry. But we do need to get to see. I mean, I have, it's been busy and everything, but we want to come back and show y'all some love as well. Let me see. Good to see you, Shay. Maisha, good to see you. Vandalin, thank you. Um, Lala, I love you too. Thank you. Um, Danielle, that is exactly right in your answer to Sam. Uh, Pastor David, thank you so much, and thank you and Sister Stephanie for always praying for me. Miss Betty, thank you. Wow, Pastor Wilkins is on. Good to see you. Need to hear from you. Lauren as well, good to see you. Andrew, good to see you as well. Thank you, Iron Bull as well. Margie, thank you as well. I appreciate you. Elizabeth, thank you. Brenda, thank you so much. And my big brother, Slice, I appreciate you standing with me. Pamela, it's your voice. And interceding, I'm going to get out here too. I am feeling it. Danielle, there are city codes that require some things. And so you can call 311 if you suspect that it's a slum place that's not up to code. Call 311. And Linda, I'm not going to talk about that right now. Tomorrow, I believe it is the last day. Yeah, I think tomorrow is the last day. No, let me see. Wait a minute. I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is the last day. I think you can vote on Sunday as well. I'll post that as well so you have it. Okay, want y'all to vote. Latanya, they didn't take care of that. Inbox me that again, Latanya, please. I thought I put that out there. Pastor Robertson, thank you, and I appreciate your friendship. I thank you for your prayers, and more importantly, I thank you for what you do for the city. Those late nights at the hospital, you're there, and so I appreciate you and the other pastors who see is their role, their parsonage, their church, their mosque, their synagogue is not the four walls of their building, but the city is their four walls. And you're certainly one of those pastors, you and Pastor Tillman, a bunch of great pastors out there. Thank you so much. Vanessa, what's my opinion on the Delaware lacrosse team being pulled over in Liberty County? Um, I know Sheriff Bowman. I mean, he's a good guy. Um, I didn't like how it went down personally. Um, and so I don't know all the details. I didn't see all the tape, so I won't render too much of a decision. But I am so proud of those young ladies. Um, how they handled themselves, because this could have certainly gone left. But they handled themselves with dignity and grace. They were polite, and they prevented this from escalating to a higher level. And so we have to have we have to have these talks with our kids that, when you're engaging with law enforcement, you be respectful and you do what they ask you to do, and then you fight the fight later. And so I don't think this is over. Um, let's see. No, Michelle, I was not dancing. And Charlie, I appreciate you praying for me and caring about me. Good to see the Honorable Kendra Rowe, the commissioner from the North Ward of Brunswick, Georgia, on as well. Ethel, hopefully, will soon be making some type of announcement about Hollins. We need to get that done. And Keith says Boston won. You know I don't care about that, Keith. I mean, I love you like a brother, but you don't care about no Boston, man. Derek said he told them $1.5 million. That's what I'm saying. Look, if you gonna give me $500,000 for my house, I'll move out today and y'all can have everything up in here. But they want to come and want to add, I mean, it's like, I know how much my house is worth, but they do that kind of stuff. Hey, good to see Beverly Trotter on as well. Thank you for what you're doing. Okay, so Sunday was the last weekend voting, so Glenda Jones knows all that stuff as well. So thank you for that. Well, Lakeisha, we know your mouth would have taken it left, which is why we are so glad that you were not on the bus, because we know it would have, the whole video would be, it's like, oh, no, 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 get that down. Congratulations to the Savannah State University class of 2022. Congratulations to the Georgia Southern class of 2022. Both my alma maters. We're so proud for all of them. Sabrina German is on, and I'm glad that she's on. Sabrina, can they vote on Saturday and Sunday or just Saturday? So Sabrina put this on here. Sabrina is our voter registration director. She does an amazing job of making sure the information is out there. So Sabrina, can they vote tomorrow and Sunday? The last early vote is May 20th. So we need to know, can they vote tomorrow? Yes. Yes, we'll talk about these day centers. We need places for our homeless to go. You know what? um, Funny part about it, Sam, people say that I don't even live in Savannah. I mean, you know, people, a lot don't care who tells it. And so people say, oh, he doesn't live in Savannah. I live somewhere else. So, you know, we just let them do them and be them. So yes, you can vote Saturday and Sunday. You can vote tomorrow and Sunday. Go ahead and get it done. Don't wait till election day. Stuff just happens. Stuff just happens. So, don't wait until the last minute to get that done. All right, don't wait till the last minute. So, um, we want to get that done. So, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all. I look so forward to uh, getting back from LaGrange and Atlanta to be able to hang out with you all tonight. I was looking so forward to it. And so um, I was glad to participate with Dancing with the Stars. I appreciate you all being kind and showing me grace tonight as well. And hey, I do have a question. I mean, now that everybody is out, should we do date night later? I mean, I do 8:30. Should we do 9:30? Because I know people are still out now, especially during the summer times and stuff. So I mean, I don't I don't mind. Whenever y'all tell me to be here, I'll be here. But I mean, should we do Friday night at 9:30? Let me know what y'all think. And we also have to make sure. I think I'm gonna go out to eat next week. So um, I'm gonna tell y'all where I'm gonna go, and if y'all want to come, y'all can come and hang out with us while we eat. Um, So yeah, let me know if y'all think we should do it at 9:30 rather than 8:30. Because again, I want y'all to be out and enjoying yourselves. Let me know what you think. 'Cause I want you to enjoy yourselves, enjoy your family. And if we have to do it later, then maybe we could look at doing it at 9:30 instead of 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, so that or 9 o'clock, just so that you have a chance to be home and all that stuff. So I'm looking to see what y'all are saying. Congratulations, Jalen Washington, the Islands High School class of 2022. Um, I remember when that kid was born, and now he's graduating from high school. Boy, his mama is real old. So, hey, Vanessa, good to see you as well. And Linda Wilder Bryan, you need to get you some rest, girl. You've been going hard all week, so I need you to lay down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. Go sit down. All right. I need you to do that. Barry says he will be. Barry is quoting his inner uh, Jackson 5. That's funny. That is so funny. Um, so I appreciate you all as well. Um, and so tomorrow, remember, Regina's going to be there. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., I want you to join me. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., we're going to be at Lake Mare for the walk for lupus. I want you to, um, you know, donate, to this very good cause, to this very good foundation. We want you to be, um, supportive. So if you could join me out there at 9:30 to 9 o'clock tomorrow, we're gonna get out there and get our walk in. Sherry Butler, I should go ahead and do you right now, Sherry Butler, but I'm not gonna do it. I don't know. We're gonna look and see. I'll let you know. I mean, it might be maybe we do 9:15. I don't know. We'll look and see what time date night could be. I don't want to make it too early. I don't make it too late. But I want to make sure that we're respecting your time. Here we are, uh, all this time, 112 weeks, 785 days, 2 years, 1 month. Every single Friday night we've been doing it. So um, we'll see how we do it. Maybe we'll do it later during the summer months and then move it back up in the winter months. But anyway, so thank you so much. Hey, Trey, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. So thank you all so much. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers. Thank you for looking out. And, we're going to continue to go hard for our city. We're going to continue to um, push. We're going to continue pushing. So, Marion, inbox me your phone number so I'll have it, okay? So, God bless you all, and may you all be and remain Savannah strong. Thank you.